Hey there superstars, it is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer and coach from Live, Love, Give, and I am coming to you, I'm trying something different. I'm trying to fit you guys in with the end of my workout. I'm just doing a bit of a cool down on the bike right now, and I thought, why not tag this in? I'm actually, if you guys listened to a Facebook Live I did a couple of days ago, you'd know that I'm currently reading the book by James Clear, Atomic Habits, and I thought, how can I attach, connect a couple of different habits that I want to keep consistent with, which is obviously my training and obviously getting some messages of value out to you guys. So trying to do that right now, and I really had this great thought. It actually was kind of sparked yesterday. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and they were talking about how much they were enjoying their life, right? And we'd been having some pretty deep conversations about this over the past week. And what I could see happening was that they were, over this week, they were really not in the best position, and they had a few different wake-up calls from some amazing people who were, really kicking goals in their lives. And they had a few different wake-up calls in terms of just being forced to look at the life that they were creating and seeing if that's actually what they want, if they were actually really happy with their life. And then, and they kind of got a pretty rude awakening and became, so I watched them through this process of being kind of woken up, shaken up, and then realizing, oh my God, like crap, like this, my life is not how I want it to be. I've been settling, I haven't been reaching my potential. And so I've watched them transition through that. And then I watched them, then go the other direction. And what they were doing was, it was the difference between comparing up and comparing down. And most of us end up keeping ourselves a little bit too safe and secure by comparing down rather than comparing up. And I think, all of you guys who are in self-development, we all talk about, don't compare yourself to others, who your competition is who's in the mirror and all that sort of stuff. But honestly, I just had the most extraordinary week in Hawaii. Didn't do all that much sightseeing really, but getting to an event and being in a room full of extraordinary entrepreneurs who are really kicking goals in their lives, I was forced to be in this position of comparing up and going, wow, like to me, this is so inspiring. Because these people are showing me more and more of a better mindset, like an even bigger mindset than what I have. And one of the biggest things that I was coached on during this process was, really who I'm surrounding myself with and how much of a difference that makes. And I know we've all heard it. I've said a million times to you guys that Jim Rohn quote, and I know you've heard it a million times from whoever other people as well, that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? And it's so true. And when I was in this environment, honestly, I think I came off the flight, I was super tired. I did a Facebook Live for you guys the day after I arrived, and I was just wiped. I didn't sleep very well the night before. I didn't sleep at all on the flight, and then I arrived at 6 a.m. in the morning, and I just had to push on through the day. I arrived at the event the following day and I was pretty exhausted, but then I was in the room and immersing myself, and all of a sudden I was just totally energized, because when you're around people who are really kicking goals in their lives, they're positive, they're optimistic, they're self-believing, they are supporting of other people to be successful, their success is your success and your success is their success. It is so enlivening, it is so energizing, because you get to know what's really possible. And that's when we can compare up and use it to our advantage, right? We don't want to just, compare down like this friend of mine was doing, and then coming to me after they got the opportunity to break through and, get to a new level. Then they started to soften it because they started to compare down. They started to compare to other people that, they're further down the timeline in their personal development. And if you compare down, you're going to feel much more comfortable with where you currently are. But what could that cost you? That could ultimately cost you your potential. Okay, so, it might feel good in the moment to compare down and go, oh, but these other people have bigger problems than me, compared to them, I'm kicking goals, right? And it might feel good, but I'm telling you, always, 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 the easy path is always the hardest path in the long run, okay? So you've got to remind yourself of that, and you've got to always be striving to reach your potential. You're not here to live a mediocre life. You're not here to reach the end of your life when you've got no time left and to reflect back on everything that you could have done and just be in that mindset of coulda, shoulda, woulda, but you didn't, okay? So you never want to reach that, That's what drives me every single day. I want to make the most of every moment that I've got because I am terrified. My biggest fear is reaching the end of my life and feeling filled with regrets because I didn't make the most of the opportunities that are available to each and every one of us. Okay, so I'm hoping that this message is serving you guys. I hope it resonates. I can't wait to check in with you guys, so make sure that you are saying hi and let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. Oh my gosh, I was loving Hawaii sick. And the other thing, when you get and surround yourself with amazing people who are doing extraordinary things, opportunities come to you even more. I don't know if you guys saw, but I got the amazing opportunity of speaking on stage in front of just over 90 people in Honolulu, in Hawaii, and get to connect with some extraordinary minds. And because I'm surrounding myself with some extraordinary people who are kicking goals, it's also unlocking different opportunities for me. I'm actually going to be speaking again here in Melbourne at another event for coaches and consultants, and that's going to be on the 7th of August. So if you guys are in Melbourne on the 7th of August and you would love to check out the amazing work of my coach, JT Fox, and his amazing team, and come and join me there, come and connect. I really encourage you to reach out to me. I'll let you know the details, and you can come and check it out. So let me check in with you guys. I've got Chris in the house, awesome, and Don, and Judy, and Rowan, and Jurgen. Awesome to see all of you guys. And Bina, happy to see you live. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Always, Bina, I always love seeing you. And Caden's here. Happy Wednesday. Yes, she caught me live. I love it. And Lauren's here, and Con, and Simon, and Barry. Hey, love it. You're really special to me. Barry, you're touching my heart, my friend. Thank you for being here. And Nick's here, and Nadun, sorry, getting a bit puffed out. And Caden, thank you so much for bringing this up. Whenever I compared up, it was too far up, too disconnected from me and too different from my path. You can imagine how poorly that affected my drive to create. How do we avoid wasting time comparing ourselves to celebrities, making us feel subconsciously hopeless? This created so many incapacitating beliefs that I had to break through. I love your questions there, Caden, and I know that you are in that realm, right? So, in any realm that we're in, there's always some celebrity. I know you're an amazing musician. Anybody who loves great music, you definitely have to check out Caden's stuff. I've got a few of your songs. They're on my playlist right now at the gym, so that's cool. But yeah, what I would say is you've got to focus on creating the vision of what you ultimately want, what you're most inspired by, and have that going through zero filters other than your authenticity. So it's all about, as Dr. John Demartini would say, turn down the voices in your external world and turn up the voice on your internal wisdom. And when you do that and you create vision and you get inspired, and sometimes we do need to look beyond ourselves to see what other people may be doing, to see if maybe that's what I may want, what inspires me. We've got to question into what's the drive, what's the motivation, why do I want to do this, right? And we need to make sure that it's for the reasons that we could get to the end of our life and feel immensely proud, for the effort, the time, the persistence, the consistency, the dedication and the commitment that we had to achieving our goals. And then on the journey, like at the end of the day, we only compare up negatively because we have a belief within ourselves that we can't attain it. All right. So the human brain has this strong capacity to constantly be trying to prove itself right. All right. So you've got to, if you're finding yourself comparing up in a negative way and it's beating yourself down, really what's going on there is that you haven't instilled the belief that it's possible for you. I'd encourage you to listen to some of Les Brown's work, because he always gets me back on track if I ever fall into that negative pattern of thinking. It's believing that it's possible. And when you do compare up in a negative way, be conscious of that. And instead of beating down more on yourself, realize, this is feedback for me to realize what's going on in my internal world. Right now, I need to work on my self-belief, because if I compare up and I believe in myself, I'm inspired by those people. I'm never in competition with them. All right. So it's all about, when you compare up, are you getting inspired by what's possible and other people are doing it, right? Or are you, beating down on yourself? It's just reinforcing to you the belief that you have in the possibility of your success in the goal that you're looking to attain. Okay. So I always use every single human being out there, every experience as a mirror into my own workings, right? So be that coach for yourself, coach from the inside out. Okay, that's how we need to do it. And every feedback mechanism, depending on, that we can use this as an example of comparing up. If it's giving us a negative, disempowering experience, it's got nothing to do with that person outside of you and everything to do with your belief in your possibility that you're good enough to achieve that inspiring goal. And make sure that you always start with clarifying what's inspiring to you, right? So you don't want to just pick a goal because you think it'll make you feel significant or better than other people, because you're just painting your own picture of death, really, because you're not going to have the energy and the motivation to strive and break through the inevitable challenges that you need to in order to become that person, because you're doing it for the wrong reasons. So first step, always inspiration. Make sure that it's coming from the inside out rather than the outside in, and then use any external event or comparison and the feedback that you get based on your emotional experience to it. Use that as the feedback to let you know whether you're on track in terms of your belief in yourself that you need, or you need to do some work on that. So hope that answer is of value to you, Caden. I always love it when you can join me live and you share so much and you ask such great questions. So yes, so much love for you. And Rin's here, and Luke and Elle, thank you for bringing your sunshine into a very sunny Spain. You are an inspiration to us all, Vanessa. Thank you so much, Elle. I so appreciate you, my friend. I'm feeling so brilliant. I've just had the best week ever. I feel so in alignment, and so I appreciate that feedback. Thanks so much for being here, Elle. And Ty's here as well. So good to see some of you guys that I just met this coming week. Or this week just been. So awesome to see you. And Shane's here as well. And Phil, great to see you, my friend. So that really is my message for you guys. Remember that the direction of your focus in terms of your comparison is either going to make you or it's going to break you. Okay, so if you're comparing up from a place of inspiration, you're going to be inspired to reach a new level of your potential. If you're comparing down and playing safe, you're going to limit yourself and you'll never be fulfilled. If you compare down and you think, I'm doing all right, like I'm happy with the way that my life and my results are. I don't need to ever grow. I don't need to ever do anything. You might feel good in the moment. You might feel comfy and safe in the moment, but I'm guaranteeing you will not. That's not the pathway towards fulfillment. Okay, so you've always got to be growing. As Tony Robbins would say, progress equals happiness. If you think you've made it, you definitely haven't, and you're not going to be fulfilled. All right, so keep that all in mind. I hope today's message has been of value. And Caden, thank you so much. Yes, tune out those voices. Well, proving the wrong ideas right. Oh my God, so true. I need to switch fully to inspiration and feed off of that, how I started. Thank you again. So much love for you too. Always love it, Caden. And I love that you're taking that on board and that was helpful. That's so good to hear. And hello to you, Shane, and Dell's here as well. So guys, that is my message for you. And as always, I'm sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary, and that you're doing something super empowering. And today's message has definitely served you. I'm going to go have a bit of a stretch, finish off my workout, and feel amazing and get back into work. So thanks so much for all of you guys who could actually join me, and I cannot wait to see you guys very shortly.